Where do things stand in terms of a well, clean lit marketplace now?
Yeah, so we think obviously trust in a marketplace is foundational. If buyers and sellers don't feel that they can trust the marketplace, it really inhibits participation. So we went in, as you pointed out, we moved in really early to make sure that the quality of the inventory in our marketplace was of top caliber, and we've been recognized by a number of third parties as #1 in the industry for doing that. So we feel that that problem continues to exist because the industry is now generating quite a lot of value and people want to take advantage of that. But we also feel that we and others are on the road to managing that problem. And so a good analogy is credit card fraud. We all use credit cards, there is fraud, but the companies that operate the credit cards, American Express is a great example, do a really good job of managing and mitigating the fraud that exists in that industry. And that applies to, frankly, all sectors of the economy. We think we're well on the path to managing the problem. We're not going to make it go away because criminals exist and they're going to try and exploit any system. But we think we're on the path to managing it. I think it's worth drawing an example. Before this industry, I was in the search industry at Yahoo and previously at Overture. And there, the problem was not impression fraud, it was click fraud. And that industry managed to control that problem, it still exists, to the point where it's not really a major issue anymore. It's not written about that much, it's not worried about that much, because while it exists, Google and Yahoo and Microsoft manage the problem. I think we're going to get to that place because of the kinds of technologies and approaches that we put in place.
So let's talk about video for a while,
Yeah.
For a moment. You guys have, you're starting an initiative this year.
Yes.
Tell us sort of, what that initiative will look like, what the offering is, and how you see the roadmap around your video offering.
Yeah, so actually it's something we've been working on for some of last year. We're hoping to bring that to market pretty soon. Fundamentally, it's taking our same approach of how do we fuel competition with our market design and our technology, which we think works pretty well. How do we bring that to video? Because we see there's a pretty big opportunity to do that. We also see that in the video space, most of the major providers of technology to publishers are now owned by major platforms. And those major platforms are also competitors for audience to all of the third-party publishers. So we have definitely heard a need for a more independent platform to bring a video solution to market. So A, we're going to use our underlying technology of driving significant revenue through competition. We're modifying and applying that to video, and we think that we can occupy a really valuable space that provides an independent alternative to some of the major platforms. So hopefully we'll be able to talk to you again about that once it comes out in a couple of months. We see 3 dimensions of growth for programmatic. We see growth into different screens, different formats, and different business models. And actually you pretty much asked me about, so screens are mobile screens, obviously, already happening, but coming up, we think TV screens. As more TV goes OTT and becomes addressable through the digital infrastructure. So that's one. We talked formats, video. It would be a great example. We just talked about that. But also, over time, we think more programmatic and native is probably going to happen. And then buying models is kind of the last one, which is, okay, programmatic started with open market trading, moved up to private marketplaces, which partly solves some of the problems of buyers and sellers. But we think there's a big opportunity for programmatic to be applied to classic direct buying, whereby you get the certainty of classic guaranteed sales, but also combine that with the choice that programmatic provides in terms of enabling buyers to buy the audience that they actually want, rather than a big chunk of inventory which has some of the users they want and some that they don't. So what we'll be releasing next week is a product real-time guaranteed that combines the best of those two worlds, the certainty of a guarantee with the choice of programmatic and audience selection. So we're pretty excited about those. So if you back up, the 3 areas: screens, formats and buying models, all three of which we're making investments in. So both from a sector point of view, we're very excited where we think things are going. We think we're making the right moves to take advantage and help facilitate some of those trends. Last year we added about 110 new people to the company, and we expect to do about the same this year. Our mix, about half of those people will be in technology. Nearly half our company is in technology, and so we expect that mix to be about the same. And then internationally, we operate obviously here in the US, but also in Europe, based out of London and Munich, and also in Tokyo. And we are continuing to invest in those, and probably will see some expansion in Europe from a kind of international market point of view. So, a lot of core growth, a lot of new people will join the company, and then we'll grow in those regions as well.